Well, we have Salar and Cedric here from the Gypsy Allstars. Very, very excited that they are performing here tonight at the Mint LA. Cedric, do you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello. So, tell me how this all came to fruition.
All right, this project started 2 years ago when after touring with the Gypsy Kings for years, I came to LA and to start a new chapter. and so I came up with that idea that I had to create, because I've been listening to all kind of music all my life, you know, from Mozart to Indian music to AC/DC to whatever. So I came with that idea that I wanted to do something with, you know, a fusion, right? And so the easy way was to come up with first my music, my culture, which is, you know, the gypsy music from the French, south of France, the Camargue, as a base, and then from that to add all the influence, all the sounds that I've been listening for years, you know, and especially the Indian music, all those sounds, you know, which I'm in love with. And so it started like that, you know.
Great.
Yep.
So, Salar, tell me how you got involved.
Well, Cedric called me and was like, let's get together. And of course, in our group, it's obviously, I don't know if I call myself an all-star, but definitely Cedric, Mario, George, and the entire group. And I grew up listening to the music of the Gypsy Kings when I was about 9-10 years old. My parents are from Afghanistan, and they took me to a concert of the Gypsy Kings in 1996 at the Concord Pavilion. I have pictures of, like, I walked up to the stage and was taking, like, close-ups of the entire band.
That's awesome.
And so, like that, then I went and bought albums from, like, Tower Records at the time in San Francisco. So I would write, like, my middle school papers and all that, and high school papers, while listening to their music. So I little did I know that 10 years later, 15 years later, I'd be asked to play with the family and Cedric, and I just was so excited. And I've grown up with the North Indian classical influence. I study tabla with Zakir Hussein, who is probably hands down one of the top percussionists in the world. So fortunate enough to study with him, not only North Indian classical, but he's always been in groups where it's been a fusion of sorts. So Shakti or Mahavishnu Orchestra, Grateful Dead drummer Mickey Hart, they have collaborated. So I've always tried to, like, have different influences in my ear as a drummer and learn the repertoire of different styles of music. So growing up listening to them and learning what the percussionists and drummers would do, it was kind of, I felt like it was my calling in a way. And when Hedda Leonardi called and said, you know, this is what's happening, we think you might be a good fit, I said, thank you so much. And within the first 20 minutes of rehearsal, it didn't feel like a rehearsal. It felt like a conversation that I started when I was 15 at the show as a kid, and then continued it in the rehearsal space later on. So I consider myself really happy, fortunate, and lucky to be playing with these masters of, and pretty much the founders of this style of music and whatnot.
Great. Well,
sorry, I'm looking at Mario and I love him so much. So,
I'm going to get up on camera in just a second.
Yeah.
So, no, this is wonderful, and we are so excited, and we've been watching some of the shows from the different venues on this tour, and it's been amazing. So I'm very excited to actually be here.
Can I add one more thing, Catherine?
Absolutely.
For me, as a musician, it's been very nice that I can learn from someone like Cedric on stage and in space, because this music, it's not foreign to me, of course, but it requires it's an acquired taste, and for the instrument I play, it's one of the first times that it's showcased as a contributing part and role. So not just because I want to thank you because the camera's here, but I tell them, you know, it's great, in a way, a role model or like a pioneer in a way of this type of rhythm that I'm getting used to speaking on the instrument. So I wanted to just...
No, but that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to share. The whole idea is to bring unity, you know? So I can easily say that back to you, send it back to you as like the same for me, you know? I'm watching you every night. We are just standing in front of each other, and I'm like looking at him and opening my ear and watching all those little phrase and pattern he does, which are like, yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so some parting words to your fans out there.
I love you all, especially those who are living in war-torn Afghanistan, who are dealing with what's happening right now. I hope they can watch the webcast and find some peace through this music.
Yeah, I would say, let's stay united. And the most important thing, the mantra of the band is like, let's not do the things like they have been always done. Mm-hmm. We try to do things differently. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, applies in the music, on stage, but also out of the stage and in life, you know. That's what I like to do. I like to go out of the comfort zone and in new tracks, you know, when you, and then you feel alive and, you know, things are happening.
Absolutely. Well, again, I'm very, very excited, and I, too, have been a Gypsy Kings fan for a very long time. And when I first moved to L.A., I actually saw a show down here as well, and I've been hooked ever since. So, very excited for the show. Thank you so much for the interview, and looking forward to it.
Right on.
Thank you.
Takadimi.